Today, I want to build a massive ark to trap all the mobs in Minecraft. And of course, I'm not just gonna capture the mobs here in the overworld, like these cows, for example. I'm gonna try to capture mobs from all 3 dimensions of the game to bring them all here to our ark. So get your snacks ready, because we're going to have to travel through all the biomes to collect these mobs. Our little project is 150 blocks long, 38 blocks wide, and 34 blocks high. And that's because each mob's cage is gonna be customized according to the biome they live in. And now I realize I'm building an ark way bigger than Noah's in the project.
Dude, I can't believe it, man. I didn't steal anything.
You're gonna kill me! Stop! Stop!
You are messing up my video.
I was just getting wood to build this ark. I have a chest full of wood right there. Stop it! My friend threatened to blow up my whole project, but don't worry, I'll explain everything in a bit. Of course, to make our job easier, our goal is to build some farms to move this project forward. I'm gonna also have to gather resources to bring the mobs and explore all the biomes. It was time for us to make a small aquarium. We just filled it with water, then added sand and some corals. Underneath the ark, there's the coral biome where we find these fish. So catching them will be really easy, and we could spend a lot of time here. That's because there are thousands of these tropical fish in Minecraft, so we'll only catch the ones I come across here. I found 7 different types of tropical fish. Actually, it was 6 types, and the pufferfish, these little guys here that can poison you. Ouch! We're heading to the cold ocean biome because here we find cod and salmon, and the video just cut out of the game. I'll use this time to get a head start on the ark, and I'll explain everything to you in a bit. I went to the jungle biome and captured 2 ocelots. I also found a red parrot and then a blue one. And in the swamp biome, I gathered the blocks to build a custom enclosure because in this biome, we'll be able to use them. We'll need slime balls to breed them. Alright, now that they've laid their eggs here, we have to wait for these creatures to turn into tadpoles. Since the ark is right next to us, I'll take these creatures over there to make it easier. Easier? Not at all. I've been trying for 20 minutes to get this frog into this enclosure, but it keeps jumping out. I waited a long time for these tadpoles to hatch, and now it's just a matter of scooping them up with a bucket. If we put one frog in the snow and the other in the plain biome, they'll be born in different colors. After a long wait, the frogs started to hatch, and they really came out in different colors. This is crazy. I also need to collect these snow blocks to make the custom enclosure for the mountain biome. In the mountain biome, we also find goats, so I took the opportunity to grab 2 and bring them to our ark. Of course, we can't make a mountain here, so I'll add some ice and snow. I think it's turned out perfect. The goat jumps are really high, so I'll put a fence down here and tie them up. I think that should be enough to keep them from escaping the enclosure. I'll have to do the same thing with these frogs. Look at how many there are. I also created the custom desert enclosure. And of course, we can't forget these dry bushes in our desert. Using the elytra, I bought over the rabbits, and unfortunately, the biomes nearby are already running out. There are 5 types of rabbits, and I only managed to catch 2 types, so we need to go after the others too. Here's me building a village house. Then it's time to bring these big-nosed guys over. So I'll put both of them on this boat. Now I'm going to craft a fishing rod, and I'll put the boat with it. That's much faster. But hold on, I had another idea. I'll put the fishing rod on the boat. Now I'll stack a bunch of blocks and try to pull it up onto the ark. Oh my goodness, it went flying. That was awesome. And the part that went all wrong was when my friend decided to spy on me and steal my project. I didn't even know where this was.
You are going to make a custom biome just like I am doing here. Whoever finishes first can destroy the other's project.
I don't back down from a challenge, so I accept. While I was explaining the project for the video, he was spying on me and stole my idea before I even started it.
I'm going to make a zoo with custom enclosures and then fight him in there.
What a sneaky guy! He's also building a custom enclosure for the mob. I can't believe this. Great. He just left the game, so I'll take this time to upgrade my ark. And now I've started building the walls of the ark because we're going to start building the 2nd floor, which will be reserved for storing all the Minecraft monsters. Because after all, they're also mobs, so let's capture them all. The only problem with all of this is that aggressive mobs catch fire when morning comes. So the solution is that I've already built the next floor to have a roof here so they don't die. I built the walls of the ark and also the floor of the 3rd floor that I won't reveal yet what kind of mob we're going to trap here. And the burning question, how did I get so much material? To make this project, we're going to need 2 materials in large quantities. Stone to make the custom enclosures, and also a lot of wood to make the ark, and the decorations inside it. I chose this desert start here, build one farm next to the other. It's good that I'll be able to farm 2 materials at the same time to speed up the process. I already placed all the materials inside so we can start building. I placed chests, hoppers, and then started making a giant platform to collect all the blocks. Now is the moment of truth. I'm going to climb up on the farm and pull this lever to see if the system will work. And okay, seems to be all good. No TNT blew up the entire redstone system. I'm pretty happy about that. The wind storage system was pretty bad because the farm produces a lot of blocks, so I tried to improve it by increasing the number of chests. Now, about here, I want to build a wood farm to build the ark because we're going to need a lot of it. And the next 2 mobs are the easiest of all because we can just put them in the enclosure. I swear, guys, all mobs could be like this. And the tree farm I want to build has to be able to farm both oak wood and spruce wood. I got the tutorial for this farm on YouTube, and I'll give credit at the end of the video for anyone who wants to build it. To make it work, we need to fill all the empty slots in our inventory with any block. In the first slot of the hotbar, we'll put bone meal, and in the second end, we'll put the saplings. And the person who made this farm also taught a really cool way to make it work automatically. You just need to right-click and then press F3T. Then the game will reload the textures, and magically the farm works on its own. Now that you know where all this material is coming from, I want to build a cave here because we're going to put the bat, which is the only peaceful mob that lives inside caves. I'll even decorate it by placing some ores. This is the only cage I'm going to do this for. I'm going to do a kind of decoration here on the wall. I'll put glass up here. That's because the bat flies, and I don't want it to get out of our capsule. But the bat is an extremely annoying mob to put in this cage. I'll need to dig a tunnel down connecting this cage to a cave where bats spawn. That's because the bat is the buggiest mob in the game. We can't catch it with a leash. We can't put it in a boat, and we also can't reel it in with a fishing rod. So I'll have to come here in this cave and try to lure these bats into the tube we built. And the only way to do that is by placing a block in front of them. Alright, it worked! They're starting to climb now. I mean, if we keep placing blocks here, the problem is this creature has a totally crazy behavior. And believe it or not, such a small mob is giving us so much trouble. This here is my bat progress bar. In the meantime, we'll try to capture other mobs. It was time to also build the cages on the second floor for the monsters to spawn. Like a creeper here. I might even rename it. Wonderful! Now I think we're missing some ores, so I came here in this cave to grab some. And since all the mobs live in the cave, I'm going to try to represent the various types of caves in each small cage we build. Remove all these torches here so the creatures can spawn, and I managed to capture 2 zombies that were born here inside. I can't believe it! We're at 30% progress with the bat. This is going to take forever. I've been here for 30 minutes and we haven't even reached halfway yet. I just built this bridge here in the ark to make it easier to bring land animals. I also built the beacon there, because now inside the ark, I'm going to do a small renovation. I decided to break the middle cages so we have a mega corridor where you can see all the mobs side by side. I also started building a staircase to connect the 2 floors, since the only way to get in here before was to break the ark. And to be able to see into all the cages, I added a glass panel in front. And to make our ark even more beautiful, I decided to build some bridges over the cages. This is the most beautiful floor! This renovation definitely did a lot of good here. The problem is that there are still a lot of empty cages, because we're missing a lot of peaceful mobs that we need to catch. And my friends, after doing all this, we were finally bringing the bats into their cages. We made it! We made it! Wow, where's the other one? Oh, there it is. I need to craft some leashes here because I saw that in this savanna biome, several types of cats have been born. We'll catch this one and also this one. I've already captured 4 different cats here, but our goal is to catch 11 types. So this is not going to be easy either. My goodness, why do I have these ideas? Since I found these cats in a savanna mountain, I decided to build several mini savanna biomes to put them inside the ark. Since they're not tamed, I'm going to leave them locked up here for now until I get the cod to tame them. So I'm bringing in 2 more types of mobs, which are the sheep and the chickens. I can cover it up and you guys can roam free. I don't think you'll be able to escape. Now, leaving the first floor of the ark and going to the second, we need to work here because we're missing a lot of aggressive mobs. I used the strategy of removing all the lighting to make a bunch of mobs spawn inside the cages. It worked! Now we just need to rename these creatures very carefully, of course. Dealing with these aggressive mobs is not easy, but after a lot of struggle, I managed to trap the spiders in the right cage. How could I forget? When I went to get the bat, I said it was the only peaceful mob that lives in caves. But actually, there are also axolotls. We already have the brown variation here, which is the channel's pet. We also have the yellow variation here, which, by the way, This one is a little baby. It's actually rare to get baby mobs, and we also have the pink axolotl, and we can still find 2 more colors, which are blue and purple. But I think they didn't spawn in this cave this time. I built the biome for the axolotls, which is the lush cave. Alright, now our axolotls are protected. After that, I took the opportunity to renovate the monster floor to make it look as nice as the first floor we made. I also started building 2 staircases so we can go up to the bridges and see the cages from above. Now, after the renovation, the second floor looks much better, and since there's more space left here, I even managed to build a little staircase on both sides. But of course, this side of the ark here is all empty. That's because we're going to use it to put the nether mobs here too. While I synchronize the portals to try to bring in the nether mobs, we'll be able to get other easy to catch mobs from the overworld. Heading in this direction, I think there's a pillager outpost, and if I'm not mistaken, there are some villagers trapped right there. I'll grab these 2 allays and start pulling them, so if I start flying, they'll come with me. Great. Where's their cage? I made a special cage for them right here. Wow, but I made a really silly mistake. I forgot to cover the top part. They're flying mobs. How could I forget that? Okay, stay in there. Please don't escape. Okay. I went back to the jungle next to the ark because there are still some mobs missing from this biome. Pandas are born here in this biome, and we might find some here. Problem is that it's very hard to see because this biome is kind of cluttered. I started by creating a customized cage for the panda, putting pots and grass, and also bamboo on the ground. The coolest thing is that I managed to bring 2 pandas at once. I steered the boat for one and started pulling the other with a fishing rod. If I say that I caught 2 pandas today, nobody will believe me. With that, 1 more mob is trapped in our ark. I got 2 more types of parrots and put them in the cage with the panda. Another mob that's nearby are the squids, and I still haven't caught them. So I'll make a special cage here. As a bonus, we got 2 dolphins, and with that, we captured 2 more types of mobs. Back here, there's a village, and look, a camel was born right in front of us. I'm just going to go into the village to see if there's another camel for us to capture, and maybe some other type of cat. Look at that! I don't have time to see you rest. I took the opportunity to build a cage and then trap the camel inside. Right behind the ark, we find a plains biome where there are some mobs that we still haven't captured, and also this donkey. The coolest thing is that if we feed the horse and the donkey using a golden apple, we'll get a new type of mob too. And then I'll put them in a cage next to here because that one is already pretty full. Now we're only missing a few cages on the first floor to complete them. On the first floor, there are only 5 empty cages that I'll decorate now. And we built the biomes for taiga, snowy taiga, normal taiga, and also ice biome. This place we found is perfect because it has the ice biome, and right in front, there's a whole family of polar bears that we haven't captured yet. I grabbed the cubs because they're not aggressive. I took the 2 polar bears to the nether, and they brought them to the portal where our tree is. It was a long journey. I know, but now you're here in your new home. I also managed to capture the white fox and the orange fox. I also went to a mushroom island to get 3 mushrooms. Now we're going to need to capture several cave mobs for this. I dug a hole in the ground and then built a bridge connecting this hole to our ark. To bring the mobs, I'm going to use the bubble elevator. So I started filling this whole tube with water. That's because we need to capture the glow squid, which only spawns in these completely dark caves. And let me tell you, it wasn't an easy task because this squid is very glitchy and it just moves in whatever direction it wants, even when we're pulling it with a leash. Perfect. Now the glow squids are trapped. Let me just cover this floor here so they don't escape. We also need to bring in these slimes, but I'll just kill them here. Leave them tiny because the small ones don't hit us. I threw some slimes into the bubble elevator we built after they went up. It was easy because I had built a bridge, which helped a lot. But these creatures are really slow. I think even the turtle is faster.
In 10 hours, we'll decide who the winner of this competition is.
What? Only 3 hours? Okay, I'll hurry then. 3 hours from now, starting now. To help trap the right aggressive mobs, I created a bow to be able to kill the useless mobs from a distance. For that, I used the skeleton farm we have. I know it's not very good, but it was enough. And to get 4 types of mobs, we'll need a trident. And I was very lucky and got it on the first try. Wow, I almost died. This creature is really strong. I went to the XP farm because we need to add the channeling enchantment to release lightning when we throw this trident. The enchantment I need came through. I added the mending enchantment and then went back to the farm to repair the trident 100%, so there's no chance of it breaking. Wow, I almost died. Now we're going to trap the drowned. For this, I built a mini ocean biome and then lured 2 zombies in there. That's because the zombie can't swim and ends up drowning and turning into a drowned. And look at this husk. He decided to come to our Noah's Ark all by himself. I swear I didn't expect this. So there's no cage prepared yet. I'll have to keep building while he keeps hitting me. Hey guys, it started raining. Could it be a thunderstorm? I think the trident only summons lightning if we hit a mob, right? Ah, that's right. Okay, so it's a thunderstorm. I need to make the most of this, bro. I'm going up to the Ark because there are some mobs we can get with this rain. The first mob that needs rain is down here. All right, I turned the 2 villagers into witches. Oh my god, haha, it worked, right? We have 2 charged creepers. These creatures can't explode at all because otherwise the damage will be massive. Oh, the cow died. Okay, but at least we still have one. I took the mushroom cow inside the Ark. Today in Minecraft, some special mobs spawn that only appear once a year. Every October 31st, they show up on the maps. Now it was time to trap as many pumpkin-headed mobs as possible, especially the glowing ones because they're a bit rarer. We made huge progress because I trapped phantoms and a lot of pumpkin-headed mobs and glowing pumpkin-headed mobs. We got about 9 of them. Here, I even made another protective grid because there's a risk of these creatures here exploding, especially these ones, which have a much bigger explosion, so it's best not to get too close. And since we had only 1 more hour available, I farmed some wood and finished our Ark. I found the video again and we went to his zoo to count how many mobs he had. Hey, Virgil, by my count there were 38 mobs. Is that right?
That's right.
Just by the size of the project, you can tell we won. I trapped over 60 mobs inside this Ark. Goodbye. What a racket.
Just one tent like this.